What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, we need to have a serious conversation about Kuro games. Just when we thought we knew the pattern, just when we thought we knew what to expect from a patch update, they go ahead and drop something like version 3.1. If you've been following the leaks or just the general vibes in the community, you might have heard whispers. But today, we aren't dealing with rumors. We are dealing with facts. And the facts are telling us that Kuro did not hold back. We are looking at what might legitimately be one of the most stacked patches in the entire history of Wuthering Waves. And I'm not just talking about content, I'm talking about the thing we all care about the most: the rewards, the pulls, the free-to-play economy. We have officially confirmed patch notes, we have dates, and we have numbers. And because I know you guys love the math, later in this video, we are going to do a full breakdown and estimate exactly how many pulls you can expect to walk away with by the end of this update. Spoiler alert, the number is looking absolutely insane. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve and know exactly where your ASTRITES are coming from, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, and turn on those notifications. We cover everything Wuthering Waves 24/7, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. But enough stalling, let's dive straight into the patch notes. Buy 6,480 Lunites with 3.0 limited pack for only $82 at lootbar.gg. Returning users get an extra 5% off coupon. Link in the description. Alright, let's kick things off with the hard confirmation, the stuff that is legally written in the special 3.1 report overview. This is our roadmap for the major rewards. First up on the menu, we have a brand new event called Unsigned Good Wishes. Now, at first glance, the name sounds a bit mysterious, but when you look at the details, it is actually incredibly straightforward and incredibly generous. This appears to be a special login event. You don't have to jump through hoops, you just need to show up. The reward here is a flat 1,600 ASTRITES. Let that sink in for a second. That is a full 10 pull, completely on the house, just for logging into the game. But there is a tiny catch regarding the timing that I want to point out so nobody gets confused. If we zoom in on the event details, the start date is listed as February 17th. Why does that date matter? Well, the update itself drops earlier. This event actually kicks off about 2 weeks after the initial version 3.1 update goes live. So, it's not a day one dump of currency. It's dropping 2 weeks into the first phase. However, this is actually good news for a lot of you. If you are struggling to get the banner character in the first 2 weeks, maybe you lost a 50 over 50, or you're just scraping the bottom of the barrel for ASTRITES, this event comes in clutch. It gives you a massive injection of funds while the banner is still active, and since the event lasts for about a month, you have plenty of time to claim it. So, that's 1,600 ASTRITES guaranteed. But it's not just currency. The report also mentions we're getting a special avatar and some other goodies sent directly to our in-game mail. A very strong start. Moving on, let's talk about cosmetics, because 1 is feeding the fashion lovers too. We have a specific event titled Starch for You, and this is the one everyone has been hyping up. This is the free skin event. Kuro is giving us the new rover skin, officially called Perpetual Spark, entirely for free. But, unlike the login event, you do have to actually play the game to earn this one. The requirement listed in the patch notes is to complete the main quest, specifically Chapter 3, Act 3, The Star That Voyages Far. Once you finish that narrative beat, you unlock the Perpetual Spark signature outfit for Rover and the associated avatar. I went back and cross-referenced this with the other patch notes. And yes, The Star That Voyages Far is indeed the new main storyline quest coming in 3.1. So, essentially, just by playing through the new story content, which you were going to do anyway, you are getting a premium tier skin, no paywalls, no grinding obscure resources. Just play the story, get the drip. We need to talk about Starpath Entwined. This is a new event format that we haven't really seen done this way before in Wuthering Waves, and the reward pool is honestly shocking. Here's the premise. You need to complete Starpath tasks to earn something called Journey Points. As you accumulate these points, you unlock tiers of rewards. It sounds simple, right? But look at the list of rewards. By completing this event, you are getting 10 Lustrous Tides, standard pulls, 10 Radiant Tides, limited pulls, a sigil, concealed starlight materials, a special title, and finally a free glider aspect called Cosmic Spindle. Let's break that down. That is 20 free pulls from a single event, plus a glider skin. The glider, by the way, looks beautiful, really fits the aesthetic of the new patch. So how hard is this going to be? The preview gives us a teaser of the tasks, and they look very manageable. we're seeing things like log into the game, obtain a 5-star resonator or weapon, which you'll probably do if you're pulling anyway, obtain a specific trophy. These are passive activities for most active players. You do the tasks, you fill the bar, and you walk away with 20 pulls and a cosmetic. And we aren't done with the specific events yet. We also have the return of our reliable classic login event, Gifts of Soft Snow. If you've played previous patches, you know the drill here. It's a 7-day login streak. Over the course of a week, you get 5 lustrous tides and 5 radiant tides. That is another 10 pulls total, 5 limited, 5 standard. It's consistent, it's easy, and it's always welcome. Okay, calculators out. This is the part of the video where we try to figure out the minimum number of pulls a free-to-play player can expect in version 3.1. I want to be conservative here. I'm not going to promise you a million pulls. I want to look at the guaranteed floor so we know what we're working with. Let's stack up just the things we've talked about so far. Unsigned Good Wishes, 1,600 ASTRITES, 10 pulls. Star Path Entwined, 20 pulls, 10 limited plus 10 standard. Gifts of Soft Snow, 10 pulls, 5 limited plus 5 standard. Right there, just from looking at the patch note graphics, we are staring at 40 pulls. Completely free, zero effort other than logging in and playing the event. But that is just scratching the surface. That doesn't account for the actual gameplay content. Story content. We have 2 new main story quests. Usually, a main quest gives us about 200 to maybe 300 ASTRITES. With 2 of them, I think it's safe to assume we're getting at least 400 ASTRITES purely from the narrative rewards. Lolo campaign and other events. Scrolling down the event list, there are about 11 events in total for this patch. We have something called the Lolo campaign, which historically gives us about 400 ASTRITES. If we look at the other minor events combined, I'd estimate a conservative minimum of 3,000 to 4,000 ASTRITES if you fully complete everything. If we convert that 4,000 ASTRITES into pulls, that's roughly 25 to 30 pulls right there. So add that 30 to our previous 40, and we are already sitting at 70 pulls. Exploration. We have a brand new area to explore. Now, I don't think this area is going to be as massive as a full region launch, so I'm going to be realistic. I'd assume the exploration rewards chests, waypoints, puzzles will net us between 500 and 1,000 ASTRITES. Endgame. And don't forget the refreshable content, the Tower of Adversity, the Illusion Realms, the daily commissions. The DIE's data dock, elusive realm updates usually bring in about 1,000 ASTRITES. If you clear the tower resets and do your dailies for the duration of the patch, that's easily another 2,500 ASTRITES. The grand total. So, when we take the 40 pulls from the big events, add the 230 pulls from the minor events, add the story, the exploration, and the endgame content. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at a minimum of 100 pulls guaranteed for the entire 3.1 update. And honestly, that is the low estimate. I'm purposefully undercounting some of the event rewards because we don't have the full tables yet. It could end up being 110 or 120. But even at a baseline of 100 pulls, that is spectacular for a F2P economy. I want to address the elephant in the room briefly. I know there has been some discourse online. A lot of people were upset about the Moonlight Path spending event and some of the bundles. I saw the comments, I saw the tweets. People felt like the monetization was getting a little aggressive. And look, that's a valid conversation to have, but we have to look at the whole picture. Even if you hate the spending events, you cannot deny that the free-to-play players are absolutely eating good this patch. When you have a patch giving away a free 20-pull event, Star Path, a free 10-pull login, Unsigned Good Wishes, another standard login event, plus a high-quality skin, plus a glider, it balances out. The baseline rewards for simply existing in the game are incredibly high. Whether you spend money or not, you are walking away with a significant amount of resources. So, the verdict? Version 3.1 is looking extremely healthy. We've got the cosmetics, we've got the content, and most importantly, we have the funds to actually pull for the new characters. I'm really curious to hear your game plan though. With this estimated 100 plus pulls coming your way, who are you saving for? Are you dumping everything immediately? Are you saving for a future banner? Or are you just hyped about the free skin? Let me know your plans in the comments down below. I read all of them, and I want to see what the community is thinking. Once the update actually drops and we have the final concrete numbers, I will be making a follow-up video with a precise pull count breakdown, just like I do for every phase. So if you want to see that, make sure you are subscribed. If you found this breakdown helpful or if this hyped you up for 3.1, smash that like button, it really helps the channel out. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck on your pulls, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace. Buy 6,480 Lunites with 3.0 limited pack for only $82 at lootbar.gg. Returning users get an extra 5% off coupon. Link in the description.